Family and friends. Hello, my name is Richard Scott, and I am writer and the creator of the Destiny Saga. And this personal blog here is used to give people an insight on what inspired me to create and write the Destiny Saga. And I'm just going to get right into this blog today. I guess what happened today is some of you may see it on the news that there were a bunch of shootings in New York in front of the Empire State Building. We don't have any idea of what exactly going on yet. And then there were a bunch of mass shootings in Chicago last night. And I'm not going to get into any of that stuff. But it had inspired me to think about the concept of who your family and who your friends are. And let me turn this on mute. As usual, I'm going to go freestyle with this kind of stuff because I don't like to plan for these blogs. I just want to see where my thoughts take me. But I sit there and I think about what's important to us as human beings. And it seems like the people who are in our close circles tend to be the most important. I mean, generally, most of us wish no harm among anybody. But you do have a stronger, more important connection with those who are in your personal space. The more I grow older, I think the line is getting blurred between family and friend, because most of the time we tend to think that family are our blood relations, and we tend to think of our friends are those who are not blood related. But I personally redefine family as people in your life who if something happened to them, it would affect you very seriously, and you have a general vested interest. I mean, there's a mutual thing when it comes to anybody being any degree of partnership, where it's like you're getting some kind of satisfaction from being around that person or people, and they're getting the same thing too. It's selfishness and selflessness at the same time, because you're doing things for a person that make them feel good, in turn for them doing things for you to make you feel good. And there's nothing wrong with that, because it just seems like that's who we are as human beings. So in my experiences in life, it's always been like some of the people who are my blood are as distant as can be, and those who aren't my blood tend to be closer to me. And it's not so much about what our ideals of it is. It's like you either feel it or you don't. Sometimes your feelings lie to you, and you think you're feeling something that you're really not, because you're in love with the ideal of feeling the genuine feeling, and then that whole thing gets into what's genuine and what's not genuine. But that's a circle we can go on forever. But I'm just talking about when you actually care about people, and it's a beautiful thing. It really is, to actually care for somebody. I mean, it's a powerful thing because it makes you feel alive. But you learn that caring and loving isn't enough sometimes, and then you fade away from certain things and certain people and certain stuff, and it really hurts. But you have to, at the end of the day, I feel, even though things may not be forever, because I was reading something on Twitter where somebody was saying that there's a reason and a season for each and every person that comes into your life, and even though it doesn't work out, you have to be thankful that there was at least a connection for that period of time, because some people never have a strong affection for other people genuinely, and that's the key I'm talking about, genuine. Sometimes caring and loving is not enough for blood or non-blood, you know. There were certain things that happened in my family that I can't talk about, that there was a situation that happened, and people were acting so off base on what you're supposed to be about family, that it was extremely disappointing to see people actually doing that to one another, and they're supposed to be your family. So the whole blood relative thing doesn't mean anything. I mean, I personally wish, being the fake hippie that I am, I really wish that everybody could love each other and have strong communities, but more and more I see that our collective society does not work that way, at least for us in America. I don't know how it is in other countries, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that if it's run by humans, it's going to be horribly flawed, even though we try hard to do better. So a lot of what I'm just talking about and the ideals I'm throwing out are themes in that book, in my book, that it goes on. Whether it's if I'm pointing to this way. If I'm pointing to the characters that are here, I might put the picture up on here, but I might be too lazy to do that. But the characters right here, they were grown to be a team of friends that were supposed to stop evil or bad guys or whatever. And they actually believed that because they had these special powers, they can do so much. But as you learn, no matter how much power you have as a person, things may not turn out the way you want it to be. Even if you have the most strongest determination in the world, sometimes it's just not going to work out for you. It's a disappointing thought, but that's how it is. There was something, I'm paraphrasing Bruce Lee, where he's like, just because you have a certain goal that you're trying to reach, the determination that is trying to get you to that goal may get you to something else. It may not be that one that you may reach. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but more and more you start to learn that. It's like, you just don't know. I mean, working hard is great, but sometimes working hard gets people nowhere. There's a person right now who doesn't have the best education, but that life put them there. But they're working 3 jobs, and they're working just as hard as any CEO supposedly, and they're making like minimum wage on 3 jobs, and somebody else on top is making billions of dollars. And what gives that person the right to earn billions of dollars? But that whole gets into capitalism and stuff. And I'm a capitalist, but there's a certain degree where I just stop. But that's a whole other thing, and I don't want to get too political on these things because it just winds up being a waste of time, because each person has their own set of their permanent thoughts, and they just don't deviate from them. And that's, I think, a part of why we don't love each other as much, at least here. I don't know what else to say. I just wanted to throw that stuff out there because that's just the way I'm feeling right now. And I wish in my deepest sincere heart that every one of you out there who is even watching this have some kind of person that loves you for who you are and accepts you, flaws and all. And I don't wish loneliness on any person. I really don't. And that's about it. As usual, if you want to support the movement I'm trying to push up on here, you can pick up the my first book called The Destiny Saga, Book 1, The Two Princes, which is available for your Kindle and your Nook for $3. And if you want to support me and my movement, you can post these blogs on any social media that you have, and I'll be appreciative. And if you have anything you want me to post up on any of my media, I'm more than happy to, because it does take a village to move the world. And as usual, I like to say peace and be blessed.